Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 16th of May, 1973. The title is The Final Effort is to be a conqueror of attachment and an embodiment of remembrance. Do you experience yourselves to be an image that is complete with all the powers? What is the inheritance you have received from BapDada in this elevated birth? To claim a right to the inheritance means to claim a right to all powers. Have you become Master Almighty Authorities, the one with all the powers, who have a right to all the powers? Since you have become Master Almighty Authorities, do you constantly stay in the experience of being embodiments of all attainments all the time? Or is there a difference? In your claiming a right to the inheritance, simply by keeping two aspects in your intellect, you can finish any difference and create that stage for all the time. You know what those two aspects are, and you are also doing them, but you are not doing them constantly. One is to make your awareness accurate, and the other is to make your action elevated. What are these two words? One is to have a constant connection to make your awareness powerful, and in order to perform elevated actions, you need to give yourself constant correction. Because of not constantly correcting your actions, you are not constantly able to stabilize yourself in the stage of being a master with all the powers and a master almighty authority. These two words are very easy. This is why you have to come here. Is it not? Is it difficult to perform the task for which you have come here? Who would feel something to be difficult? Those who are weak. Why do they experience something to be difficult? Even while the connection is forced, they sometimes find things difficult. They find it difficult because they do not work hard. They know it. They understand it. They even follow it. Yet, while moving along, they prefer to rest. They are not those who like BapDada, but those who like to rest. This is why, even while knowing everything, their stage becomes like that. Therefore, those who prefer to rest cannot attain an elevated stage, similar to that of the Father in performing elevated actions. Therefore, correct your every thought and deed and forge a connection with BapDada's actions, and then check whether you have become equal to the Father or not. It's the last effort that remains to be made by you elevated souls. Do you know the final question in the paper of the last stage? Those who know the question in advance would definitely pass, would they not? Do all of you know the final question in the final test paper? Even your devotees know your last question. Even they speak about this. Your devotees know this and you don't know? Have your devotees become elevated than you? The devotees know the result from the previous cycle of you elevated souls, whereas you have forgotten the final stage of your present effort. They hear of this last stage again and again. They even remember it and praise it. You have heard the knowledge of the Gita from the God of the Gita. And so what is the final stage that is described? To be a conqueror of attachment and an embodiment of remembrance. The devotees describe your stage, do they not? So what is the final question in the last paper? To what extent have you become an embodiment of remembrance? And to what extent have you conquered attachment? This is the last question. In order to put this last question into practice, you have to put those two words into practice. Now, since the question is being announced in advance, every one of you will pass with honors. Will you not? However, even then, there will only be 108. Is it so difficult? You were given this question on the first day. You are told the last question on the day you take spiritual birth. All of you elevated souls sitting here will now pass. Will you not? You were also told that in order to pass, you have to put the other meaning of the word pass, past, into practice. Whatever happened in the past, will you not pass if you continue to move along while considering everything that has happened to be the past? You are the same word, pass, in the Hindi language. You are close. That is, you are with Baba. You are close to BapDada. So keep the three forms of this one word in your awareness. The past has passed. You have to remain close and you have to pass. So what will the result then be? You will definitely become the beads of the rosary of victory that has been remembered as a memorial of the gathering. When BapDada constantly gives you children an invitation to stay with him and to experience every divine activity with him, do you not accept such an invitation? Throughout the entire cycle, souls have been receiving a variety of invitations from elevated souls and also from ordinary souls. If you do not accept this invitation now, you can never receive it again. To accept the invitation means to keep yourself close to the Father. Is this difficult? You simply have to make sure you reach the place where the invitation came from. All the rest is the responsibility of the one who has invited you. Therefore, to take yourself to the Father means to remain close to the Father with the intellect. Does this take effort? If in today's world an ordinary person receives an invitation from the president to spend a day with him, what would he do? He wouldn't have the courage. If he were inspired to have the courage, what would he do? Would he delay himself? So why do you not constantly accept the Father's invitation? Are there any strings which pull you? Are the children powerful or is the Father powerful? Who is the most powerful of all? No matter how powerful someone is, what attainment is there from that? On the basis of being embodiments of experience of all attainments, does it seem right for Brahmin souls to be attracted to that attraction? In what form has the influential Maya been shown to Brahmin souls and elevated souls? Do you experience her to be a paper lion? Those who think that influential Maya is a paper lion for them, that is, a toy, raise your hands. Have you not yet made Maya into a paper lion? Has she not become lifeless? Those who put a decoration on themselves will not be afraid, but others will be afraid of them. Is there any life in Maya? Does she sometimes come alive? Have you not made her unconscious yet? Has she become unconscious? Is she still alive? Have you made her unconscious? Has she died for you? What stage has she reached for you? Has she died? Has she been burnt away? Has she become unconscious? There are 3 stages. For some, she has become unconscious. For some, she has died. And for others, she has been burnt. That is, there is no name or trace left of her. So each one of you should check yourself to see what stage you have reached. Instead of making her unconscious, you yourselves don't become unconscious, do you? If the life-giving herb is constantly with you, you can never become unconscious. Those who make others unconscious can never become unconscious themselves. This is the duty of Brahman life. What was the promise you made while taking birth? You made the promise that you would become conquerors of Maya and conquerors of the world. Did you not? This has been your occupation from birth. Can the occupation you have been carrying out from birth be difficult? Acha. To those who remain constantly conscious, to those who remain full of all the power, to those who remain constantly with BapDada, to those who constantly give their hands for Baba's task, to the elevated souls who are constantly cooperative and constantly victorious, BapDada's love, remembrance, and namaste. BapDada meeting a group. For BapDada, this party group is a bouquet. In that, see which flower you are. Are you a rose or a chameli, fragrant flower? You know the specialties of each flower, do you not? What is the difference between a lotus and a rose? A lotus is an expert at performing wonders, and it is a rose that gives an experience. Here BapDada himself is filling all the flowers with all specialties. Scientists are able to create many things out of one, are they not? Where did they learn this from? Here you fill each type of flower with many types of sweetness. It is remembered, only you know your ways and means. To change one thing to something completely different is his way, is it not? To fill each one with all types of sweetness. Whatever the specialties are of all the flowers, each one has to be filled with the specialty of all flowers, and this is why it is said, Father loves you, becoming full of all virtues. The master of the garden is pleased to see the garden. Wherever you look, whatever you hear, and whatever you speak is all filled with specialty. Fill yourself with the specialty of everything. Will you become when you make everything special? A special soul never becomes trapped in the mud. Such a soul always remains cheerful. Those who have faith in their intellects have to have faith in every single aspect. Who are the children of the clever and wise father? Those who know how to adopt many forms will be images of success in every aspect. Acha, Om Shanti.